Hello everyone, I'm Wei Zijian. Metric number is 154014 from Group 5. I'm gonna talking with you today about how social media influence your thought. Now many issues have become more polarized. Many people say that the cognitive gap between people depends more on their living environment, social circles, and their own experience, etc. I totally agree with this. But the problem now is even if two people have similar social backgrounds and social circles, they will have extreme differences in how they look at things. So why is this? There's a documentary on Netflix called Social Dilemma. Part of the content I think it can answer these questions. The films talk about social dilemma harms to public's mind, which has never happened before in human history. A group of designers from 25 to 35 years old determine the preferences and emotions of the 2 billion people on this planet. This document interviewed several well-known social media such as former employees of Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. They have revealed that 10 years ago, these big companies in Silicon Valley made money by selling products. However, recently, their profit model has gradually changed to rely on the attentions of people. All these social media networks are working toward only one direction, which is how to make you addicted to their product, how to maximize your time and attention. Because doing so, they can collect as much data about you as possible. For example, what are your preferences? What do you usually like to watch and pay attention to? After they have a full understanding about you, they can be more precise in advertising to you. At the beginning, they can assign a suitable product to you according to your need. But gradually, they can also influence your thoughts. You are not interested in a thing initially, they can induce you to be interested in it. For example, if you search for climate change issues, you will find that social media will give different answers depending on your locations. In some places, the result you see might show that the climate change is a scam, while in some cities, it will show that the climate change is due to the destruction of nature. This is different with Wikipedia. When you use Wikipedia, each person's result will be the same as long as your language is the same. But social media is different. They will calculate your preferred answer based on your locations, personal interests, and behavior. It will try to push you the contents that you like to watch. Because the content you like to watch, you have a high probability of staying on it longer. This is what they want to see. The following issue is that social media will only let you see the contents that are similar to your idea. This causes people to become more polarized. The system will push you the content that's similar to your idea and you accept the word presented in front of you without any resistance. After a long time, you will have an illusion that most people think the same as you, and everyone agrees with you because there's no second voice in your word. When you adapt to this state, you will even feel disgusted to accept another voice. For example, if you prefer Trump, you will stay longer on relevant content. You may like the video and content about Trump. Then the system will push you more the similar content. They will turn you from preferring Trump to ultimately supporting Trump. In other words, it's the same if you don't like Trump. For social media, the more extreme you are, the better. Because what they need is a certainty. The more extreme you are in specific area, the easier for you to be manipulated in this area. Another example, before that, United States and Australia have a group of people who went to the street to demonstrate that the COVID-19 is fake, not going to receive the vaccine, and 5G is a conspiracy. The harm caused by this extreme cognitive bias can be enormous. Big data in the online world can provide you with infinite information, but it's not responsible for identifying authenticity. So we have to be more cautious, don't take a side and trust people easily. Finally, let's discuss what should we do to face this problem. How can we try to keep ourselves as natural as possible and avoid cognitive biases? The internet and social media platform have become an inseparable part of our life. It's impossible to avoid using it. So the current situation is, when we are faced with the possibility of cognitive bias, we have to imagine ourselves as a judge. You should listen patiently to all the different stories on both sides. Don't draw conclusions too early. Don't put too much of your personal emotions into it. Think about it. If you need to judge a person's life, would you be more cautious and fairer? In conclusion, under the influence of social media today, the cognitive differences between people are not only determined by your life experience. Social media can entice you to be interested in something, as well as affect your thoughts and behavior. Also, social media only gets you the content that's similar to your idea. causes there is no second voice in your environment, so you will be offended to accept another voice after you have become accustomed to it. The harm of social media brings to us is unprecedented in human history, so we don't have the experience of confronting it. Just remember, don't take a side easily before you really understand what's going on. And that brings us to the end. Thank you so much for your attention. Bye bye.